Ciao, friends and family. Don't worry, Marika's back there in that facility right now getting her first vaccine shot. I, of course, don't qualify yet, but we'll tell you all the details as the video unfolds. Oh, and by the way, here's my view while Marika gets her vaccine shot. So let's dive right in with a little bit more on our vaccine decision. Why now? What manufacturer? What about side effects? All those questions that we had going into this. So the factors that kind of led into our decision start with the available medical research, especially with respect to the potential impacts on the reproductive cycle. Many thanks to our friend or friends in the medical field that helped us through this one. You know who you are. Understanding what was and wasn't out there as far as the research, debunking a few myths, and giving us the facts to help us make an informed decision was instrumental in helping us get to this point. Another factor is our unique situation. So earlier on in our adventure, we told you about the factor V mutation that our initial IVF genetic testing identified. And that means that abnormal blood clotting is a real risk for Marika's system. And that meant that we had to worry about manufacturer availability a little bit. Although AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson became available earlier here in Italy, both represented a possible risk given Marika's blood condition. For us, that meant waiting for the mRNA vaccines to be offered. In our case, specifically, it wound up being Pfizer. And then there's general availability in Italy. In February, when we arrived, vaccinations were only available to those 70 and up and Italian citizens. Only recently has the age dropped far enough for Marika to be eligible. Even now, you still need a tessera sanitaria in order to be eligible, meaning that there are still a few more bureaucratic hoops to jump through before we can even have a choice to make relative to my vaccination. And in the end, our decision came down to timing. After that first duostim cycle, Marika's body needed a longer recovery time anyway than a standard cycle would have necessitated. And the fact that we've been waiting for the genetic testing results presented a window for vaccination where side effects that might come from the vaccination, like a high fever, wouldn't impact a second cycle if it was partway through, or hopefully an implant procedure. And then there's the risk of the vaccine versus the risk of the disease. This was really what we were weighing most of all. In the end, the risks associated with contracting the disease, specifically the high fever and respiratory issues that might impact a pregnancy, for us outweighed the potential risks associated with getting vaccinated. And then the bottom line, this is a really personal decision, and we don't want you to blindly take our decision as the right thing to do for you or your family. Just get informed, identify the factors involved in your own situation, and make the right decision for that situation. Well, what do you think?
Woo!
All right.
Isn't my arm sexy? I don't know where it was somewhere there.
You have to do the little V thing like they do here in Italy. Have you seen that yet?
It was bleeding because of the cerebrina, I think. So they had to kick me a little bit. Well, I had that song playing in my head. This girl is on Pfizer.
Are you so excited?
Yes.
All right.